Hey everyone, good early afternoon. Welcome to Trail Talk. I know we're on a little different time than normal, but that is because Miss Abigail Billings, our very special guest today, only had a little window of time. As you can see, she has on a very beautiful, do you call it a crown or tiara?
Tiara.
A tiara and a sash. I wanted to call it a banner, and I knew that wasn't the right word. Because she is the national mini Hereford princess. So I'm sitting amongst royalty today. I'm kind of feeling it very special. Anyway, welcome to Trail Talk, Abigail.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, I'm very excited. So we're going to talk about Abigail and about mini Herefords and things like that. But let's let the viewers get to know you just a little bit. Okay. So Abigail Billings, your mom and dad are Terry and Chris Billings, right? And how old are you?
I'm 14 years old.
14. And have you always lived in Duncan?
I have.
Okay. So now you're currently the mini Hereford princess, national princess. But before you decided to kind of pursue that, did you do other pageants and things?
So I did the Stevens County Fair pageant, which I am still one of the queens for it. And so I did.
No, that's okay.
So I did that pageant, but I haven't really done any other pageants, but I've done that one for a really long time.
A long time. So what is it about doing those types of pageants that you really like? I mean, if you keep going back, what is it that draws you to that?
I really like the interview part because it taught me like how to speak up and how to answer questions properly.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a really fun experience.
So I mean, I know you've done it for several years, but are there people who kind of help coach you and assist you in preparing for something like that?
Yes, ma'am. My mom, she's helped me a lot. And then my 4-H educator from Cotton County, Miss Kim, she is an amazing pageant coach, and I would have never won without her.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. So are there prizes and things that like scholarship or things like that you've are those the kind of things from Stevens County, or are those like, what do they give as awards?
The awards for Stevens County are more of just being able to have the title, obviously, and being able to represent Stevens County. Get people to go to the fair. And it's really just getting to help out is more the prize.
So you're like an ambassador for the Stevens County Fair then. Okay. And I mean, who wouldn't listen to someone who's like wearing a tiara, right? I mean, obviously I hadn't really thought about that before, but what a great way to get people's attention and let them, I mean, I'm sure that you with that carry a little more
seeing all the queens as a little girl. Like last year, it was my first Penny Junior Nationals, and I saw all the queens and all the princesses walking around, and I'm like, I really want to do that. I really want to help out the mini Herefords. I want to endorse them and help them grow.
Right. So when we were talking earlier, you said that the mini Hereford princess was kind of a different, it wasn't really a pageant. So what was different about it?
So a pageant is mostly the Stevens County pageant, which is the only other pageant I've been in.
Right, yeah.
You did model clothing, but most of it came from the interview. In the mini Hereford it was only an interview. There was no modeling, any clothing. You just went there, and then you had a interview, and then you saw if you won. And so it was a little different.
So, did they give you potential topics that might be covered in your interview, or how would you prepare for that?
You can't never prepare enough for an interview. But they like put your name, so you're going to have the interview. You had to write a essay on why you wanted to become a mini Hereford and what qualifications you have. And so they take that paper and then they base the interview off of questions they might have had on your paper, or just other questions in general.
So
you didn't cover.
Okay, so that personalizes the interview then.
It does.
For you.
Yes.
Okay.
And why would I be the best person to represent them? Why shouldn't they try
choose a
choose
different
another
candidate or
candidate.
whatever? Are they? Would you be called a candidate or
contestant?
Contestant. Yeah, that's probably the word. Yeah. Sometimes I can't remember my words, Abigail. So,
So annoying.
Yeah, so annoying is right. So what is it? Why do you think they chose you? What are some of the things that you said about mini Herefords and about your how much you are? I guess you care about the breed. I don't know if that's the right way to phrase it, but
I think they saw that I really did love the mini Hereford breed, and that I had I had friends who have gotten into showing mini Herefords, and so I've helped in many shows, and I've been a queen that's helped in shows, so I kind of knew what to do, kind of. And so also part of it's public speaking, because in the interview, if you're all shy and timid, they're not gonna let you become the person who has to talk to everyone.
Right, the spokesperson needs to be confident enough to speak, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I also went to Denver because you had the option of being on Zoom, but it did deduct votes, points. And so being there showed that I would always I would be there if they needed me.
Right, a level of commitment.
Yes.
That you were able to show.
Yes.
Wow. So was it a really large kind of competition, or did you guys get to hang out with each other and get to know each other?
They were scheduled at different times. So we flew in that day, and then we did the interview, and then we waited that week in Denver. And so I really didn't get to know the other contestants because some of them were on Zoom and they were all scheduled at different times. But I have gotten to meet all the junior princess and the queen, which they're amazing people, and they would have been here, but someone had to help out with the show.
Right. Because the show is happening.
It is
right now.
Right now, unless it has ended, they are doing the showmanship.
Okay.
They should be doing the adults, which is really funny because you have to, for the adults, you get to nominate someone, and so you pay to get them into the show. And if the person wants to quit or scratch is what they call it, you have to pay $20. So it's do I really want to pay $20 or will I just show?
Right. That's fun though. You mentioned that's kind of a fundraiser that's going on during the week.
All the proceeds, the queens and the ambassadors, because they're part of the royalty. Every region has one of Oklahoma, or no, not of Oklahoma. I'm sorry,
of the U.S.
Of the U.S. And so they also were selling lemonade and trailer hitches and raffle tickets, and we're having a silent auction of a wagon full of a bunch of prizes that the queens and ambassadors had gathered.
Very nice. Well, I know prior to the event, which we're going to discuss the event a little more in detail in just a minute, but the Chisholm Trail Heritage Center, we were able to include some free passes to go in the little bags for the competitors, I guess, for the week, or the participants.
Every person who has a registered cow that they're showing.
Okay.
So if they have a cow that's registered under their name and they are showing it,
then they got one of the
then they got a
bags,
bag.
and that, because we had some people come by this morning who had the passes. Yeah, so that was very exciting. I thought, oh, that was perfect timing because of the, you come in today. So I thought that was great. So, okay, so when was it that, how long have you been serving as the National Princess?
I was given my title in January.
Okay.
And so I will be the princess until next January, where I will go to Denver, which is the National Western Show. So it's all over the country, all different breeds.
Okay, not just mini Herefords.
Right.
Okay, okay.
I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay. So why mini Herefords? I mean, there are a lot of cattle breeds. Cattle are pretty, you need some water?
I'm fine.
Okay, yeah, cattle are a pretty big deal around Oklahoma. And I mentioned to you earlier, I participated in stock shows. Uh-oh. We'll have you some water in just a second. No, don't worry about it. Get a tickle in your throat. Okay. She's gonna be fine, I promise. No, she's not. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Okay, if you need to step away for a second,
I'm so sorry.
don't worry about it. Those things happen. Everyone watching gets it. Anyway, tons of different breeds of cattle to choose from. How long, go ahead and cough if you need to again.
I'm so sorry.
No, don't worry about it, really. Would something like, if you had something to suck on, would it help?
I'm fine.
You're fine, okay. Anyway, here, we got you some water.
Thank you. I'm
Take
so
some
sorry.
water. It's okay. Just, anyone watching Trail Talk knows this, we're pretty chill. Things like this happen. Okay. How long have you known about mini Herefords, and why would you pick them?
So for my 8th birthday, I believe it was my 8th, I got a mini Hereford. I actually got 2, and my brother got one. So we started showing them. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
So
Don't worry
bad.
about it. Don't worry about it. Take another drink
Allergies.
and yeah, take another drink. We're good. We are fine.
So they're great starter cattle,
Uh-huh.
but some people only find them as starter cattle because for little kids, they're not gonna want this giant animal, so they want a
Right.
mini Hereford. But I believe that they're more than a starter cattle.
Uh-huh.
And so they're good for all ages, even adults, just because of their attitude. And they're very pretty animals.
Oh, I think Hereford might be, I think they might be my favorite breed of cattle. We were talking about different breeds of cattle in Oklahoma, and when I popped up it was a PowerPoint, the slide that had the Hereford, I just thought, I think they're just beautiful.
They are.
They get kind of fuzzy, their hair's kind of
Yeah.
fuzzy.
And they're
and-
all different. Some have like really
Yes.
slick back hair, and some are super fuzzy, which is really cool to see all these different types of mini Herefords.
Right, and they all have a white face. Now go ahead. They all have like a white face, right? That's one of the
Yes, it's
the
trademark.
trademarks of the breed. Yeah, and then the reddish body. And do they have like white legs or belly, or does that kind of vary?
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
They usually do.
Yeah. Do you have some? Yeah. Pop one of those in.
I'm so sorry.
Please don't. It's all right. It happens to everybody. You've been out at the stock show, so there's a lot of dust and hay. And back in the day when I was showing, I wouldn't have been able to do anything but sneeze. It's crazy. All those little fine things floating around.
The hair.
The hair.
Products that they spray on them, the air.
Right. Oh, yeah. Let's talk about that. So, okay. So you love the mini Hereford. Do you think it's more than just a starting calf? You believe that this is a great breed just to have. Are they, now you may or may not know, are they a breed that's raised for beef, like for people they eat?
They're great for both.
Okay.
Because you don't want a whole cow because that's way too much meat.
Ah,
But if the animal is half the size, you get both sides of the cow for the same amount of meat.
oh, as if you had like a half of a beef, which is it, that is so smart. I had not even thought about that.
They also have better meat marbling,
Uh-huh.
so they're higher quality cattle.
Okay, very smart. I would not have thought
Yeah.
about that. What a great marketing idea, you know? And probably the processing and everything is half as well.
Yeah.
They eat half the food.
They eat 1/3 the food.
Oh, a third, really? Wow.
They take up less space
Yes.
and less grass to eat.
I was thinking about that earlier when, we were talking about people who might breed them around here. I thought, you wouldn't have to have near as large a pasture if you had many Herefords. People who wanted to raise cattle but didn't have access to a large piece of land would be able to do that.
Some people keep them as house pets.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so I might be kind of like one of those people if it was me. They are super cute. I saw a picture of you with the, I guess the junior princess and the queen, and you had one of the calves. I think you were at a meeting yesterday.
I was at the Rotary
Oh, okay.
meeting.
Their, lunchtime meeting kind of thing.
like
Yeah,
a
they have. Mhm.
lunch.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And we brought one of my baby cows and with the diaper on
Oh,
because someone said I got really mad at the cow.
yeah, yeah.
In their building.
Right, yeah. And since they aren't really like potty trained, how, do they make diapers for them? Do they make diapers for,
No,
you guys just had to,
just improvise.
good job.
Since they eat less, they also have less space to clean up.
Oh, okay. I think you might have sold me on these mini Herefords. I mean, that is so smart. I had not even ever really like thought it all the way through. And they are like 100% just a normal breed of cattle. They're just smaller.
Yes.
Do you know historically like how they got them small?
They are full bred. They're not dwarfed, which is when there's defect that they keep breeding.
Right.
So they're an actual breed. They're not dwarfed. I believe. I've forgotten a little bit of it.
Right.
But they were bred in Texas on a ranch, and there's 3 types of Herefords. There's the original Hereford,
right,
the mini Hereford, and a polled Hereford.
right,
Polled means that they do not naturally have horns.
right. Yes. Okay. So I now thinking about like Chisholm Trail, I think about cattle drives and stuff like that. A mini Hereford would not have been a big thing for a long time because people were all about selling the bigger the cattle, the more money I make. There was no reason.
Now there's a bunch of reasons to get a mini Hereford because there's not as much space to keep a mini Hereford.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need as big of like larger quantities of meat. Like you're not feeding the whole town with one cow anymore.
Right.
I don't know. Kind of.
Well, I mean, families are typically a little smaller, and so that just makes a lot of sense. So you've had many Herefords then since you were 8, so a while.
Oh, long time.
Yeah. So do you tell us about a show? Maybe some of our viewers have never been to a stock show, and so they don't really know what that really entails.
Okay. So there's a few types of shows. There's something called a jackpot show, which is you go the day before and you set up your stalls and you get your cows, and then the next day you clip your cows, which is cutting their hair.
Mm-hmm.
You put all the products on them, like hairspray. Sometimes it is banned because but sometimes you can use hairspray.
Well,
adhesive is what they call it.
Right. So the deal is, they're competing against other cattle, roughly the same size. They're by weight class usually, right?
Yes.
And so,
Actually, I believe it's by age or when they're born.
okay. So when you have the hair a little longer, you can comb it and spray it so that you catch the judge's attention, and it appears that your animal is better than the others.
It has like a little place where it's thinner, but it has more hair. You cut it a little bit bigger, so it looks
right. You fill that in like that. Do they still do the tails?
Oh, the
big poof ball thing on the tail?
It is in most huge shows. I mostly see it at OYE, which is Oklahoma session.
Oklahoma Youth Exposition.
Yeah,
I think
it's
so.
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
That's when usually they do it.
Right. So
sometimes at jackpot shows you'll see it.
Okay, so here's what I'm talking about. I always thought it was the craziest thing. On the end of a cow's tail is hair. It's probably about this long.
It can be even longer.
Yeah, and so you just take a comb and you just tease it and just rat it up, and then you bring the bottom, and then you bring the bottom and you bring it around and tie it up, so it's just this giant poof ball on the end of the cow's tail. Which, don't you know, they probably hate that so bad. I'm sure they just really.
It's terrible to watch.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay, so that's one kind of show, the jackpot. And
there's bigger there's county shows kind of.
Oh, right.
Like county, like Stevens County and all the
counties around, right?
Where you just you go for a few days, you get to the people since they're from your county, and so you get to know hey, we get to be by you this year.
Right.
And you get friendships, and they're like, hey, I really need a bale of hay. Someone stole my bale of hay. But then they're like, oh, I got a little bit of hay, so you can have it for tryouts.
Right.
And then there's the big shows where everyone's super competitive. But it's still friendly. You're not being mean, but everyone's trying to win,
right?
Which is kind of cool because
it's nice to be able to have a competition in the ring. You step out, you're friends again.
Yeah,
it's just for that little bit of time. Yeah. So tell us about the work required to get your calf ready to be in a show ring, because it takes a lot of work.
But it depends on really your skill level. You don't have to have the perfectest cow to show. You can just have it for fun, but it is nice to win something, obviously.
Right.
And so you have to comb their hair perfectly, then you have to clip them, you have to wash them. But not even in the show, but at home, you have to halter train them. Was one of the hardest things.
Right.
But most mini Herefords have been pretty easy to halter train. We've only had one out of I don't know how many that hasn't been easy.
Do you use a show stick with minis?
You do. Usually they are shorter because you don't need such a long big stick, because then you got all this extra. Right.
Yeah. That'd be So this is the competitors walk their cattle around in the show ring. The judge is directing what you're doing inside the ring, and he might have you come if you watch the Westminster Dog Show, maybe someone that's seen, that they'll call the person out and take your dog around, and the judge looks at each one. They do the same thing with cattle, but when they have them standing, because a person can't reach the legs of the animal, and so the stick, the cattle are the ones, the show stick, they put it between the hooves, and and it positions, the cattle will move their feet. And
So,
it
like-
has a little hook on it too.
So it's a big stick with like a point, and then it has like a little hook.
Yeah, yeah.
And so the point, it'll go like in between the hooves right here, and then you'll push back on the halter, which is like the head thing,
Yes.
and then they'll move their foot back.
Yeah.
Or if they have a little like claw on the back of their foot, and you'll take that hook and you'll hook that, and then pull the front of the foot halter, and they'll go forward.
Right, right. And I mean, I know it sounds kind of crazy,
I
but
thought the first time I saw the show, I was like, why are they poking them with those sticks? But
and do you scratch their belly with it?
you, it's what's called the brisket. So it's like,
Oh, okay, up
shed like
here.
extra skin through like from
Under
their
the-
chin to their like stomach.
Uh-huh.
And so you just rub that, and it keeps them calm and in position while the judge is walking around and talking to you for showmanship.
Right, right. Yeah, I mean, you should go watch a livestock show.
It's really fun.
I mean, it is really something how much, I mean, and think about, even though your cattle are mini Herefords, you still are in that pen with all these other cattle, and everyone's, I mean, cattle can be spooked pretty easily, but I mean, you work with them enough that they trust you and they're familiar with that situation. And so it's very interesting how calm you can help your cattle.
And that's the people at Mini Junior Nationals. Sorry. They've been doing this for a while, so they know what they're doing. And if you're ever like lost or something's happening, they can help.
Right, right. So it's just a great atmosphere. I'm a huge fan of stock
so many
shows.
friends from Mini Junior Nationals
Mhm.
or any shows. I always find someone that is a friend and shows cattle.
Right. So do they have the livestock shows during the fairs in the fall?
They do. For the Stevens County Fair, they have a livestock show, which consists of, I believe they're still doing rabbits.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember
I
that.
used to show rabbits before I showed cattle. Rabbits, pigs, sheep, goats, and cows, obviously.
Right, right. Yeah. So there's 2 seasons of the year then that you can do that. So
it's usually kind of in the winter and in the spring.
okay.
Or like kind of like beginning of summer.
Okay.
Fall and the beginning of spring.
Yeah, yeah. It's because it's kind of cold.
Or not
The Oklahoma youth thing is like in March or something, it seems like.
right?
Is that right? Or is it February?
It's in like March. Yeah,
March. Okay, yeah. So
it's in early spring.
Yeah, early spring, first part of the year. So you are like working this week because the National Mini Hereford Show is actually happening this week in Duncan at the Stevens County Fairgrounds. Is that correct?
It is, and it's really cool because there's so many families here. Oh, I don't know if I've said this already, but there's over 300 families from all around the US coming to this one show. But like, that's not even including people from Stevens County, like people from Comanche, which there is a lot. And so it's all these people. I know people from like Colorado and Kansas and Ohio, Illinois, I think.
How fun.
It's really
That's
cool.
so
Oh,
fun.
and Texas.
Very nice. That is so fun. So did you guys hear that? Over 300 families are in our community this week because of this show happening here. That's another great thing that our fairgrounds, because we have such a great facility out there, we are able to draw a large show like that and get that many people in our community. And so, yay for the Mini Herefords for coming here.
And
So
it helps all of Duncan because there's more people that are going out to eat. There's more people going to the hotels and Airbnbs. And
exactly, really a boost for our economy for this week. So
they want to check out all the places like the museum.
And
And
yeah,
they want to go to like all the stores.
yeah,
It's really cool.
it is. It's wonderful. So we really appreciate your organization for being here, the Mini Herefords. So what are some of the things? Okay, 2 questions.
Okay.
First of all, what are some of the activities that have been going on this week, and what can people still do? Because this is going on today, tomorrow, and Saturday still.
Yes.
Okay, so what's a couple of highlights from earlier this week, and then like what's happening for the next few days?
So this week we've done the costume contest, and
And what she's telling us for her grandma's benefit, who's here watching. Her Nana. I'm sorry, her Nana.
It's okay. But so we've had a costume contest, and everyone gets so creative with it. We've had like one person was Dumb and Dumber from the show, and so they dressed their cow up as dumb, and they were dumber. I was a pinata, and my cow was a taco. There was Dorothy and Toto. And so you and your cow dress up. And so usually they do like pairs, like two things that really go together.
Right.
And there was these people dressed up as Star Wars characters. But the cow hated the costume, and
Participants and their cattle were in costumes.
Yes.
Oh, that is so funny.
We had cattle judging, which I'd never done before, but actually did quite well on.
So like the participants were judging the cattle.
Yes. So they have cows, like groups of them, and then you turn your back to them and you get this paper, and then it's like there's 4 usually. So it's like, well, you put the order, like it's a list and it has all the possibilities. So it's like 4, 3, 2, 1, or like 1, 4, 3, 2. And so you check mark which one it was. And then for the intermediate, which is the group I am in, we had questions, but it was only on one of the classes. So the first class we did, the questions were, I was not expecting these. It was which cow had the most muscle, which cow did not have white on the top, and then which cow was the darkest color.
Oh, wow.
I got only one of those right, but I was guessing so.
Right. Oh, so that is very specific.
It is very specific. I was thinking like ear tag colors. So I was like, oh, this one has blue, green, pink, black.
So to me, that's a great experience for a participant, because now that helps you get an idea of what the judge is experiencing every time they are looking at a group of cattle.
It helps you find your preferences with other people. And so you can kind of take those and think, oh, well, this, just because I don't think this person, other person thinks it. But it's really fun. We also we've had multiple competitions, like the speech contest. Well, cattle judging was part of it. This was like you did a speech about cows. You could do artwork or crafts, or it was really fun. I crocheted a little cow stuffed animal.
Oh, how cute!
It was really cool. And they're giving out awards for all the art tonight.
Oh, very nice.
And all the educational boards. So you can make an educational board, make some crafts. It's really fun. And then you have speech. And there's like a sales pitch thing. I've never participated in that, so I don't really know what it is.
Have you watched? Do spectators get to?
You're not. I don't think you're allowed to in the sales thing. It's just the judges on the.
Oh, okay.
I might do that next year. But it's really fun. It's really cool just seeing all these other things.
So a lot of these competitions, it sounds like would you say everyone or most people who are there are either 4-H or FFA?
Not really.
No?
Because not every place has 4-H or FFA. Like usually when you go to a show, you see 4-H or FFA kids because that's what's around the area.
Right.
But they don't have that much. There are kids from 4-H, but I haven't found it each, like,
So I think that's really cool because a lot of these competitions are the kinds of things that 4-H
Yeah.
offers or FFA does, the same
yeah,
kind
but
of
this
things.
isn't with FFA or 4-H.
Right,
so
it's just the
there's-
part of this mini
Yeah.
Hereford. That is so cool to give kids that kind of an
It
experience.
is.
Wow. So what's happening like today and through Saturday?
Sorry, I talked about those.
Oh, no, that's okay. You're fine.
Today we have done the showmanship.
The showmanship thing,
Sorry, I
right?
had a few more.
Yeah.
Showmanship is where you go show your cattle, but it's not about how your cattle look. No, it's not. Sorry. It's not about how your cattle looks. It's about how you look showing the cow
Mhm.
and how the cattle looks showing with you.
Mhm.
Because so how the cattle walks, not cattle. You can't show them something like that.
Right. Yeah.
How the cow walks with you. If
Mhm.
it tries to bite you and drag you, obviously you're not that good with that cow.
Mhm.
And so it's kind of how you are with your cow. If you don't like setting it upright, which is what it's called when you move the feet around. Or like you talk to the judge about how much you know the cow, and it's also how you speak to the judge, like eye contact and trying to drag out the conversation.
Mhm. Not just a yes and no answer,
it's
right?
Like they'll ask you like, oh, how much does this cow weigh? Or like, when's the birthday? What's the mother's name?
Mhm.
Just questions like that.
Mhm. Well, and I think that is that gives someone who may not, like in a normal like at the county fair or whatever, if someone doesn't have the money to buy the most competitive animal, they can still be very competitive as a showman.
Yes.
Because they can do all of the things perfectly with the animal that they are able to bring to the show. And so I always thought showmanship was a great opportunity for kids, because it's a little snapshot of how much time you have spent with your animal and how much you have studied what it takes to make my animal look.
How much you
the
care
best.
about showing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. So showmanship, I always loved showmanship. I thought it was awesome. And so they've done showmanship, and then what's happening
Tomorrow?
Uh-huh.
I don't remember what's tonight. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. I'm sure there's information on the website.
There should be.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the MHBA.
MHBA website. Okay.
But it could be the Mini Hereford Mini Junior Nationals website. I don't know.
Okay. Well, we will look that up and we will put it in the comments of this Facebook post.
Okay.
So
tomorrow it's the actual show. It's like the reason. It's the reason you've been here. Like all the people are clipping. Oh, I remember what's tonight. It's fitting. So it's team fitting. So a group of kids. You don't know who your teammate's gonna be. You get a cow in a clip and shoot, and then you have to make that cow look as best you can in a certain amount of time.
Oh, fun.
I've never participated in it myself, but my friends who have, they say it's a lot of fun.
Oh, I bet that is. And you get to know some other people that you may not know. Okay.
And if you're in a desperate need, you can find those people that clip your cow.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Oh, they were really good at that. I'm gonna go. That's a good plan.
It'll be really fun to watch.
And so tomorrow is the show, the
Yes.
actual competition.
They've got their cows as best as they can get them there, and they're showing clothes, they're ready. And it's just everyone's super excited and nervous to see what's gonna happen.
So when you are showing, well, as the princess, do you get to participate in the shows? Do you have to not wear?
I don't wear the crown.
Your crown? Okay. Whenever.
I just go as a normal person show it.
Right. Okay. As the princess, do you have jobs that you have to do during the shows?
I do. I have to help sell raffle tickets and all the other things that we're selling to help fundraise the next show. And I also have to help hand out ribbons sometimes.
Okay.
That's usually the queen's job, but if they're like, sometimes there's so many people in one class that you have to have 2 queens to help hand out ribbons, or
Right.
2 princesses. I'm not a queen.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
We have some bouncy castles, which the kids absolutely love, but some kids do like to be a little reckless, and so we do
Right.
kind of have to help, like, hey, please don't do that.
Right. Right.
Um,
So just any kind of little
Yeah.
job they need for you, you're available to help with that.
yes.
Which you mentioned earlier, seeing other girls do that, that was one of the things that
Yeah. Seeing
drew
like,
you to
them be
that.
in charge and being able to have all this fun while still working,
Uh-huh.
supporting something that I love,
Right.
and being a princess, obviously.
Obviously. I mean, who
Yeah.
who wouldn't want
Ooh,
that?
Yeah. It just really motivated me to become a
A
princess.
princess. Well, I hope you have a great rest of the week out there, Abigail. And I mean, I hope you guys are as interested as I am. I really want to make time now to go out and see some of the things happening out there at the Stevens County Fairgrounds here in Duncan, Oklahoma. We're going to find out the website and put that in the comment section so you'll have access to the schedule of the upcoming events. And maybe if you see Abigail out there, you can say hey and tell her you saw her on Trail Talk. And thank you very, very much for being on the.
Thank you for letting me.
Oh, yeah, I am so glad you could come. I just hope that we're able to get the word out about those mini Herefords, which I kind of think I need one as a pet now. So
I know where you can get one.
there you go. I don't think you'd have any trouble in that marketing sales thing. I think you've already got a pitch and you're ready. I think you could do that really well. So thank you for watching today. And when we sign off, we always say happy trails. All right. So we'll see you guys next time. Ready? Happy trails.